President Donald Trump deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles to quell protests sparked by federal immigration raids that led to the arrest of dozens of individuals. Trump justified the deployment by asserting that local authorities had not adequately controlled the unrest, which included clashes, property damage, and aggressive behavior by demonstrators. He characterized the protests as a rebellion against federal authority and invoked a rarely used federal law, 10 USC Section 12406, that allows the president to federalize the National Guard without the governor's consent to suppress insurrections or enforce federal laws. This deployment bypassed the authority of California Governor Gavin Newsom, who strongly opposed the move, calling it deliberately provocative and unnecessary. Newsom argued that state and local law enforcement were fully capable of managing the situation and warned that the federal takeover of the National Guard risked escalating tensions in an already volatile environment. This action marked the first time since 1965 that a president federalized the National Guard without a governor's request, highlighting the unusual and contentious nature of the decision. The National Guard's mission was framed as protecting Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, personnel, and federal property amid the ongoing protests related to immigration enforcement. The deployment of the National Guard in this context could lead to several significant consequences. On one hand, the presence of the Guard might help restore order more quickly by deterring violent protests and safeguarding federal personnel and property. However, it also risks escalating tensions between federal and state governments, as well as between law enforcement and protesters. The federalization of the National Guard without state consent could deepen mistrust and provoke political backlash from local leaders, civil rights organizations, and immigrant communities who oppose aggressive immigration enforcement and federal intervention. Additionally, this move may spark legal challenges and ignite debates over the balance of power between states and the federal government. Furthermore, the deployment could strain relations between immigrant communities and law enforcement, potentially leading to decreased cooperation with authorities and heightened fear among residents. In summary, while the National Guard deployment aims to restore order and protect federal interests in Los Angeles, it carries significant risks of intensifying conflict, generating political controversy, and impacting community trust and federal-state relations in the long term.